All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Multiverse Show, greatest show on Mondays. Thank you guys for tuning in to our end of the year show. It's going to be a lot of fun this evening. We got a couple things to get rocking and rolling here. We really have a lot of stuff to talk about, but really, we're going to be doing this film of the year show. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys tuned in last week, you saw our game of the year show. This is we're actually talking to each other now. We're largely okay. Um, Friendships were tested, bonds were broken, then reforged. So last week was rough. um, but I'm also feeling really in danger now because fame is gone. I feel like I'm gonna get railroaded tonight, but we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Largely, the rules are gonna be the same as last time, so you can see the bottom left hand of your screen if you're watching on YouTube. You can see that what the rules are. Just swap game for movie. We'll be doing that later. But real quick, to our introductions. First up, we have the Caesar Cinema, the Grand Marshal of tonight's proceedings, Mr. James Wilson.
Hello, everybody. I am ecstatic that we're finally doing a big ol' film of the decade show. I've been pushing for this for a while, and I'm stoked that you guys are allowing or indulging me in doing this. Thank you all so much. It's going to be a great time.
All right, and we also have the gaming Gambino himself, Mr. Mike P. The Truth.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us for our year-end episode. I always kind of feel a little bit out of my element with these primarily film-based episodes, but I think I got a pretty good list put together. We'll see how it shakes out. Thank you for joining us.
And we have the White Wolf, Mr. Samuel Tolbert.
Hey everybody, it's good to be here again. This is going to be wild. If you tuned in last week, you know how we get. This is going to be really fun. I also think I have a far worse idea in a good way of what everyone's going to be bringing to the table here. So I'm really excited to see some of these picks.
All right. And so as we kind of let everyone file in here, we're going to do what you guys have been playing lately. James, you get a chance to play anything at all or no?
Well, I went to the Marioki Christmas party, which is a great time had by all. And at that, you have Secret Santa, where you give in a game, and then you get a game back. I gave in Dishonored 2, because I played the hell out of it, and I thought, oh, that's great. And I got back Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So I have been playing that for a few days.
Nice.
It's good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you didn't get to play that last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get to play it at all last year, because I said I'd wait till it go down in price. It did go down in price, and I just didn't buy it.
How far are you into it?
I'm not far. I'm about 3 or 4 hours in.
Yeah. I will say one thing about it is, at least in terms of story arc, it gets a little repetitive, at least in the overall structure, but it's fine.
I mean, that was my big complaint with the first Red Dead Redemption, is that it was really, really repetitive by the end of it.
I'm not talking about like in terms of the gameplay or anything like that. I'm more in
No, the
terms of
story.
like, the story has the same setup. Like I'm not going to get into the details per se, but it just you'll see what we're talking about that. It's not bad. It just more highlights the overall issue and conflict of the story. I think you'll enjoy that aspect of it, but it'll get anyway. It highlights something, a theme of the game. So. Also, let's see. Sam, what you been playing, sir?
What have I been playing? Truth be told, I'm wrapping up a lot of year-end guides for clueless holiday shopping parents and whatnot. So I haven't had a chance to play a lot of stuff, but I have been going really hard on the Gears 5 Operation 2. I've been getting in there, getting those ranks, trying to get some achievements. That's pretty much all I've been playing, though. Like, I haven't had a chance to do much else.
All right, Mike.
Been playing, we're playing Modern Warfare. I had a chance to play the Eliminator mode. That's the Battle Royale mode. That's in Forza Horizon 4. That is actually a lot of fun. You wouldn't think Battle Royale would work with cars, but it actually is really, really fun. So if you hadn't had a chance to check that mode out, definitely go in Forza Horizon 4 and do that. But I mean, one thing we do got to talk about a little bit. Guys, Resident Evil 3 remake. James, I know you're with me on this one, man.
That is just the trailer came out. I just made noises.
And they snuck Nemesis's voice in the Resident Evil 2 demo. They snuck his voice in there.
Yes,
Dude, he sounds crazy. I can't wait. That is my most anticipated game in 2020.
It's
Easy.
good. It's good.
Easily.
And I know we can't get too wrapped up in this, but the Game Awards did happen, and we have to give a shout out to that absolutely ludicrously insane Hellblade 2 trailer.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh man, yeah.
And the announcement of the Xbox.
Yes,
Yep.
and the Xbox Series X. It's the first true next gen, like not cross gen, but actual next gen game for it.
Yep.
Definitely unprecedented, but that's not what we're here for.
Oh, also, one last thing too. Untitled Goose Game is now available on Game Pass and should be available on PlayStation as well.
Yep.
So you guys can check that out.
Yeah, but the Xbox Series X though, is that the new one or is that the old one?
Yeah. Well, no,
I don't know
will
which
say
one it is.
thing.
I'm confused.
No, I will say one
Don't.
thing. They have come out today. Just said the next Xbox is just called Xbox. Just Xbox.
But are they
Series
talking
X.
about the original Xbox? I'm still confused.
Okay, not all right, okay. Don't you make me start with you. I have successfully navigated the nonsense. So
My one wish for next year, because the new one's going to come around like holiday 2020, right? So about Christmas time.
right.
Yeah.
So here's my pitch, all right? And Microsoft, you can have this for free. Relaunch SSX with a special Christmas version and release it as Xbox Series Xmas SSX. And make every single games journalist hate it because they're going to have to write SSS and X loads of times.
There will be so many typos.
Yeah, there would be.
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
Ton.
Yeah. All right. So myself, I haven't been playing that much, all things considered. Went back to GTA for a little bit, tested that out, see what the deal was. And overall, pretty good. So let's get into this list. So real quick, we're gonna go over the rules. So this is gonna be a tiny bit different in terms of how we
but
play
before
this.
we do, guys,
Oh yes, we gotta pay the bills first.
Yes, we do.
Sam, who's our sponsor this week?
So you know them from the Muppets, who actually were at the Game Awards as well. So, you know, in a way, we're actually being sponsored by the Game Awards for a second time. Cha-ching! But this week's sponsor is none other than Statler and Waldorf. Do you have an opinion? They think you're stupid. Do you have a take? They'll criticize you for it. Are you acting your heart out in something that you truly believe, pouring your effort into a work of art? They'll think it's rubbish and they'll laugh at your faces. These are two old Muppets who see everything coming a mile away and they laugh their Muppet heads off at it. But they're sponsoring us tonight just because they want to laugh at you. That should make you feel special. Or maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. Statler and Waldorf, everybody.
And actually, James, I believe we have something special.
yes. Wait, what is that in the distance? Is it? It is. It's the Jellicle Cats.
Oh, God.
For it is only but 3 days removed from the release of the Cats, the movie, the musical, the movie.
Oh, jeez.
And pray tell, egads. I'm running out of theatrical words. Yonder. We have, each of us have been visited by one of the Jellicle Cats and will be representing them here on the show tonight. So, Sam, which of the Jellicle Cats are you today?
I don't know what this means, and I'm very frightened, but I am told that I am, let me see if I get this right, Bombalurina.
Yep.
Did I get that right? A flirty and confident Red Queen. She is best friends with Demeter, and the two share an intense hatred for Macavity. I really don't know what that means, and I'm too scared to ask.
You are a sort of fun and flirty cat, and are played by Taylor Swift.
Accurate.
Yeah, pretty accurate actually.
Okay. Sure, Sure, I'm just going with it at this point.
I couldn't find one who accurately represented your personality, alright? However, Mike, would you like to tell us about your cat?
Well, I would. My cat is Buster Jones, an upper-class cat with a fastidious black coat and white spat. Respected by all, he is a man of leisure who frequents the gentleman's club for their fine dining.
This is also accurate.
And in the movie, you are played by James of Corden. And, Ivan, would you like to tell us about your cat?
I am Mr. Mistopheles, a young black and white tuxedo Tom learning to control my magical powers. Oh well, there never ever was a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Sam and Mike, that was lyrics from the play.
Yeah, I figured.
I have been visited by Stefano, the medical cat. Stefano is a cat who figured out how to stretch himself further than any other cat, and he will happily teach other cats how to do it if he can draw them whilst doing it.
Ooh.
Now, one of these cats is not real.
I know which one it is.
I know you know. Sam and Mike, which one of these cats is not real?
I'm guessing probably mine, if I had to guess.
I think it's his. Yeah, I think it's Mike's.
Buster Jones was played by Brian Blessed in the original production.
Oh, really? That
And
was
is,
Brian
it is a
Blessed?
real cat. It is a real cat. Stefano, the medical cat, is completely made up. He's based on another Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, Stephen Ward.
Gotcha. Well played. Well played.
Proof, even further proof, that no one knows what the fuck Cats is about.
Because Cats isn't really about anything. It's really just a assembly of random poems.
Yep.
It's not supposed to be about anything.
But we should stop talking about bad movies. We should start talking about great movies.
Yes,
That's true,
indeed.
sir.
Yes, we should.
We need to get started. It's gonna get messy. So, okay, real quick, I want to go over the rules. So each of us are getting 10 nominees instead of the 5 traditional. Our top nominated films will be automatically bumped up out of the eliminations there. So we'll start getting into, because I have a feeling that most of the ones we're going to nominate are going to be like very few and far between. So those ones will automatically get to the top 10, or at least get to the honorable mention portion as well. So I think that's fair. We'll see how many get nominated. We'll go from there. Each of us gets one veto, meaning with a veto we can save one movie from being eliminated that round. We'll see how that goes. Remember, don't wait till the last minute to use yours.
Yeah, don't pull a Samuel. I hereby decree that.
Don't get mad when we get down to the final 2 and think, oh yeah, I could use a veto to save it and pick and automatically decide game of the year. Like, it's not gonna work at that point.
We said we wouldn't talk about it.
Yep. So, real quick, and we'll also do all our negotiations are public for those to see. In the event we actually get down to a tie like last time, and we absolutely cannot make a decision, we will go to the chat and see what the chat has to say about which movie should be eliminated next. But I hand the proceedings to Mr. James Wilson to continue.
Do you want me to start?
Let's start with yours, since you are kicking us off. We are going to try to keep these a little short, at least in terms of our reasoning. So we're doing like 1 to 2 sentences here, because we have a lot of movies to go through. We got like 40 movies.
Yeah.
So also 2 honorable mentions per person as well. They will not be nominated, so don't even include them on the list, but they're honorable mentions.
Yeah. My honorable mentions are The Girl with All the Gifts, which is, for any gamer out there, is the best Last of Us movie that will ever be made. It's really, really good. Everyone should watch it. End of. It's a good horror zombie movie. There you go. The other one is A Ghost Story, which I decried was my favorite movie of the year it came out. Since I've had a re-evaluation, and it's not as good as I thought it was, but it's still great, and everyone should watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's really good. Really short. It's all good. Right. Here we go. Number 10. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. One of the best coming of age movies of all time, not just of this decade, but I believe it is the best coming of age movie of this decade, and for that reason alone deserves a place on this list. Emma Watson, Logan Lerman, Ezra Miller, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant film. Number 9, Mad Max Fury Road. This, I always put this higher up in my list, and it always just works its way down. It's a great, great movie, and it's immensely rewatchable. But at the end of the day, is it as good as some other really brilliant movies? I don't think so. But I'm ready to debate that because I know it's a big popular movie that I reckon a few of you have got in your lists. But we'll keep going. Number 8, Inside Out. For a long time, I said this was my favorite animated movie of all time. It's not. We will get onto that. But Inside Out is easily my favorite Pixar movie. The journey from leaving childhood into young adultery, young
adultery.
Young
adult
adult.
status even.
My God.
It's very late/early here. Young adult status, life even, is done perfectly in this movie with Amy Poehler and many other voice talents. Number 7, Baby Driver. The modern musical that we didn't know we needed. Baby Driver is an outstanding movie to watch, to study, to listen to, and just to be inside the world of. It has one problematic person in the cast, but other than that, it's a fantastic little movie. Number 6, A Quiet Place. I said that this movie was better than Hereditary when it came out, and I stand by that. Hereditary is a great movie, but it just didn't make my list. It made my long list, but not my short list. A Quiet Place, a directorial debut, which is even more impressive when you look at the scale of this movie. The sequel is in the works. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to watch it when it comes out. But A Quiet Place is number 6. Number 5, the highest animated movie on my list, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I kept thinking of reasons why other animated movies are better, and I couldn't think of any. I think that this is an outstanding work of art, let alone just an animated movie. It should have been nominated for Best Movie at the Oscars last year. I'm stunned that it wasn't. But we will get into that because I'm sure, again, superhero movies, you guys would have that there. Number 4, we're into my big old favorite genre, science fiction. Arrival. I love Arrival. Denis Villeneuve's absolute masterpiece of linguistic and alien contact. I think it's a fantastic movie for anyone to watch in any situation. What this movie deals with is just beautiful and heart-wrenching and perfect. It's very rare that I call a movie perfect, but this one and the next 3, I think, are those 2. Number 3, from 2014, Birdman. Michael Keaton's late career resurgence began and is defined by this movie. A sort of semi-autobiographical movie, but an outstanding movie with a great camera working, an outstanding ensemble cast with Edward Norton, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis, the aforementioned Keaton, Andrea Riseborough. This movie is just a joy to watch. And with the great jazz drumming soundtrack, we have to talk about my number 2 movie, Whiplash. One of the most intense films that have been made in the past few years. Who knew that everyone would care about jazz drumming as much as we did? With a towering performance from J.K. Simmons and a career-making move from Damien Chazelle as director and Miles Teller as an actor, Whiplash stormed into public consciousness and never let up with that amazing 9-minute drum solo at the end. There's one movie that I expected you all me to say. I expected that you all expected me to say even, and that I haven't said it yet because it's my number 1, Get Out. No, seriously, Get Out. I couldn't think of any other movie that is better than this. I tried every single combination of every movie on my long list, but I couldn't think of a better movie that is Get Out. You've all seen it. We all love it. Let's get on with everyone else's list.
All right.
There we go.
That's good. Anyone else want to go next? Or I'll go, or whoever else?
I go next.
All
right. So, get my list started. I do have some dishonorable mentions. These were probably the worst movies that I saw over the past decade. Number 2, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Completely disappointing, boring. plotting, bloated mess of a movie. Completely turned me off from the Jurassic Park series. I really hope they straighten this out for the next one. My other dishonorable mention is Gotti. Just if a movie makes you feel sympathetic for John Gotti, then it's doing something wrong. Gotti was horrible, horrible. And I love mob movies. That's my favorite genre of movies. Horrible. Couldn't stand it. Anyway, honorable mentions. I have on here A Quiet Place. I'm a big fan of horror movies that try something different, like different mechanics and things like that. And this movie was one of them that did it. Obviously, the sound design was phenomenal. It was completely new because there is no sound to it, which is kind of the point. Phenomenal movie. I also have in my honorable mentions The Visit, which is a found footage movie from M. Night Shyamalan. Really, really good movie. Strong acting performances. Excellent twist at the end. Really, really enjoyed that. So, into my top 10. So, number 10. I know this is going to get voted off. I had to put it in there. My number 10 is Godzilla King of the Monsters from this year. Like I said, I know it's going to get voted off, but at the same time, I grew up as a kid watching Godzilla movies, and my inner child was freaking out at this movie. It wasn't the best movie from an acting perspective, but if all you want to see is big kaiju beating the shit out of each other, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Number 9 is Shutter Island. Really, really good thriller movie. Again, this is another one of those movies where the twist at the end is excellent. You have really strong performances by Leonardo DiCaprio. In particular, Ben Kingsley's performance is outstanding. So that's number 9. Number 8 is Coco. Coco is probably my favorite Pixar movie. I haven't seen Toy Story 4 yet, but up until this point, Coco is my favorite Pixar movie. I love the story. I love the setting revolving around the Dia de los Muertos. The animation is excellent. The vocal performances and the music also excellent. Like I said, it's probably my favorite Pixar movie. Number 7 is It Chapter 1. This movie really proved that, you can actually remake a movie that's kind of a cult classic and make it better than the original in a lot of ways. I thought Bill Skarsgård, while not as good as Tim Curry, came really, really damn close to being as good. And what really sold It Chapter 1 was just how well acted the losers were. That really sold it for me, especially compared to the original. I also liked that it was truer to the book in a lot of ways than the original was. So It Chapter 1. What am I on? Number 6? Number 6 is Get Out. Again, this was a horror movie that was well acted, extremely well directed, wasn't afraid to take risks, wasn't afraid to do things a little bit differently, and it was captivating the entire period that you're watching it because of it. Number 5 is Captain Phillips. This is one of those movies that was incredibly well acted. Of course, any movie with Tom Hanks in it, chances are good that the acting is going to be phenomenal, and it was in this case. Incredibly stressful movie. It was a stressful movie to watch, kind of like a movie that I have later up on this list. But again, the performances were so captivating that you just couldn't stop watching. Number 4, I actually do have Hereditary on my list. It's probably, I would say, Toni Collette's best performance in her career up to this point. And we've said this on here before. This is a movie where when you watch it, it doesn't matter if you watch it in the middle of the day on a sunny day. When you walk outside, the sun will not be bright enough after watching this movie. It gets under your skin that much. Number 3 is The Witch. I've talked about this movie multiple times on here before. It's probably the best modern horror movie I've ever seen. This is the movie that really put Anya Taylor-Joy on the map. The acting was incredible. The setting was incredible. And it's kind of like that slow, creeping type of horror where there's no jump scares or anything like that, but the tension slowly builds, and the ending is chilling at the end.
Dost thou like the taste of butter?
Oh, the way it gives you goosebumps hearing it. It really gets into your psyche, with especially multiple viewings, when you pick up things that you might have missed the first couple times. My top 2 are movies that actually came out recently. I'll probably have to go through this again. I'm not sure if this is because these are just fresher in my head, but number 2 is Joker. from this year. Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this was absolutely incredible. I'm not going to say that he was the best Joker in the traditional sense. I still think Heath Ledger overall was a better Joker, but Joaquin Phoenix's performance was just so moving, especially the end scene where the scene near the end where he's on Murray's talk show, how he's able to change his emotion from nonchalant to pained to anger within the span of about a minute is just incredible. I've said on here before, this is a movie that was disturbing to watch. It was not a pleasant movie or a fun movie to watch. I probably never want to see it again, but my eyes were glued to the screen the entire time. It was incredibly powerful and moving. And my number one pick, probably to the surprise of nobody on this panel, is The Irishman. For a 3.5 hour movie, I thought it was incredibly well paced. It never really got boring or drug on at any point of it. De Niro's character as Frank Sheeran, that's kind of like a typical role for him. It was great seeing Joe Pesci in a lead role again. He absolutely knocked it out of the park. But I mean, hats off to Al Pacino as Jimmy Hoffa, man. That was a hell of a performance. You guys know I love mob movies. Not that we've seen too many of them in recent years, but this is probably the best mob movie in modern times. And since that's my favorite genre, it's my number one movie. That's my top 10.
Nice.
Solid list, man.
Yeah, good list. Good list.
All right,
This is gonna be impossible.
I'm gonna go next.
Yeah,
I think I'll help. I think I'll help a little bit. So,
Okay, go ahead.
Well, so far, two of us have Get Out.
yeah. All right. So here's what I got so far. So I'm gonna cheat. I have 5 honorable mentions because you could intersplice any of them in terms of the honorable mention list. Guardians of the Galaxy proved to me the MCU was that powerful. It was that strong. It could make literal nobody characters interesting, and James Gunn was a joy to see him work in a confined space. Into the Spider-Verse, best animated superhero movie. I would definitely agree on that. Arguably best Spider-Man movie. I haven't seen Far From Home still, so I can't say that for certain, but I would say that much at least. So, Kubo and the Two Strings. I had to pick one Leica film. I honestly couldn't really pick, but this is probably the best one that I saw personally. I wasn't a big fan. Well, never mind, I'll get to that later. Also, Cabin in the Woods. That came out in this decade. If you like horror movies, is totally riffs on the whole genre. I really enjoyed it. I've seen it at least a dozen times at this point. It's a lot of fun. My only Pixar film is an honorable mention, Monsters University.
What?
I like Monsters University.
That's wild.
1, I got a soft spot for Mike. 2, I like the overall moral of the movie. It's something I don't think that gets taught a lot. It's the overall moral of that movie being you can dream it, you can want it, you can work really hard for it. Sometimes just not going to happen. And you got to learn to cope with that and make the best of your situation. And sometimes things aren't going to happen the way you think they're going to happen. And in that movie, great. Love that moral. All right, my top 10. Number 10, Get Out. I really enjoyed the movie. I liked the different take on it. We've all talked about this movie on the show at one point, but that's my number 10 personally. Number 9, this is namely for the fact that it's more of a crowning achievement. The Avengers. That was the first time we really saw like a mega franchise come to fruition of all these different characters coming together under one universe in one big movie, and it was the best-selling movie of all time for a period. Number 8, Hail Caesar. I like that movie. Again, it's more of like it's the Coen Brothers. I really enjoy that style of comedy and focus. I also really enjoy that it's kind of like a self-aware Hollywood tribute of sorts. I really enjoyed that, and a lot of little Hollywood conventions in there.
Would that it was a simple.
What was it?
Would
Oh.
that it was a simple.
Yeah. That's such a
Best scene in that movie.
Number 7, Hateful Eight. I really like that movie. Arguably could have been my number 1, except for one thing. At the end of the movie, where they get really close to the end, they stop the movie, go to narration, and then a flashback, and then we're right back where we were, and I can't forgive that. The rest of the movie was so good up until this point. And then that happens, and I'm like, damn it, Tarantino. It could have been my favorite Tarantino movie of all time, except for that one thing. But it always knocks me out of it. It's like what movie was it? Inglourious Bastards. I love every scene of that movie. I don't think it's very coherent as an overall story, though. It doesn't flow very well.
I'm just going to very quickly say the reason why it's like that is because the Hateful Eight is designed to have an interval in the middle.
Yeah.
That's
well,
why.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Inglourious Bastards at the moment. That one does not work because each individual scene is so good, but they don't really flow together very well. It's just that one
you're right.
little point where they stop the movie, do narration, and then I hate that. It just throws it off. I would have rather he'd done an intermission, an actual intermission.
He did an intermission if you went to see it live in the cinema.
But I don't like the fact that we stopped and did that, and then did a flashback, and then picked up where we were. I still don't like it. Anyway, that's another thing. Number 6, Wolf of Wall Street. I genuinely just enjoyed the movie. I mean, I don't have anything negative to say about it. I really enjoyed it. We got a lot of great memes and GIFs out of it. So, like, bare minimum that. But it's also, I kind of like, for me, it was kind of like a signal point for, I mean, you could argue for DiCaprio, where he was like, I'm going to get a damn Oscar. I'm going to do this. Or he was like throwing himself at every single movie. And it's like, I'm going to give it 120% just to see what we can do. But I really enjoyed the movie overall. Top 5. Mad Max Fury Road. The scene right after, was it towards the beginning after Max gets captured, and they basically lead up to everything all the way going up until everyone's riding, is such a thrill ride. Like like you were just your heart's beating. You're like, yes, let's go chase after these people. It's really enjoyable. It's a great action movie. Really great. Love the practical effects, which is nice to see. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, the fact that the flamethrower guitar is a real prop is amazing, and actually could blow fire was really cool. Number 4 is actually an animated movie, Rango. This movie is way too self-aware for children, and it's Johnny Depp, a couple other people doing a western. I love westerns, by the way, so that's a thing. Watching Johnny Depp be self-aware and doing this whole movie, and then realizing towards the end of the movie, which this movie is largely fairly adult, but not like in a like, oh, we have adult jokes in it necessarily, but it could be watched as an adult and be totally fine. I don't want to talk about it too much because I really like that movie a lot, and I can't really go into too much about it. But it's really fun to watch. But the funniest part about it is it was done by Nickelodeon somehow. It's such a weird thing. Number 3, Django Unchained. Again, DiCaprio. Watching DiCaprio be a villain is fun. He's way too into it. And like, I know someone's gonna bring up this, like, oh, the scene where he like cuts his hand, he's bleeding. That really was him bleeding and scaring the crap out of people, because he was just staying in character and working really hard on that role. But also just I think I would say that's the best Tarantino movie because it flows really well from beginning to end and does that dialogue, has the tension, and it's just a joy to watch. Number two, Snowpiercer. Um, I recommend Snowpiercer all the time. I really enjoy the movie. It's kind of daunting if you're not used to watching Asian cinema because it's paced like an Asian film. Um, it feels kind of weird, but that's just because of I think it's Boom Jong King, I believe, is the next guy. The guy who did it, he's from South Korea.
Boon John Ho.
Boon Jong Ho, sorry. He's from South Korea, and it's just a different thing. It's all American and English actors, but it's different and it's enjoyable, and it's a good film overall. Good action scenes, good tension. I just again good movie. Watch it. Number one film, um, Moonrise Kingdom. I love this film. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates a decade of my life. Not this decade, but last decade. um, it, I've, as you guys I know, it's not a secret. I was an Eagle Scout. I went through the whole Boy Scout program, and it really nails that vibe. And I enjoy it for that. But then there's like some romance plots, and it's it's such a good movie. I mean, Wes Anderson. I'm not a big Wes Anderson fan. Like the only other Wes Anderson movie like I genuinely like a lot is Fantastic Mr. Fox, which would be on this list, but it's in the wrong decade. So, um, anyway, so that's my list.
Another
Wow,
good
good
list.
list.
I had a Snowpiercer and Moonrise Kingdom are both in my long list.
Nice, excellent.
All right, so that brings it to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to try and be really, really quick with this, and I don't have a particular order. To be clear, I wrestled with myself for several days trying to get an order to it. I don't have an order. Like these are just my top 10. End of the discussion. Here you are. There you go. Do them in any order. And taking advantage, and this is the one. Well, this is the one that does it. James. It wasn't John Wick, but it is first off the bat the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy.
Ooh.
I love these films. I love them to death. They are my favorite animated films. I can't pick a favorite. I think that they wrestle with a lot of topics that most animated films don't. I think that in comparison, Pixar is slacking, quite frankly. And it doesn't just do themes, it actually deals with heartbreak. It actually deals with growing up. It actually deals with separation. At the same time, it's super cool. Oh, and the animation is ludicrously good. The animation in the first one still holds up as great. The animation in the second one and the third one, The Hidden World, is mind blowing. It's truly mind blowing, just how good it looks. So yeah, the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. Second up is John Wick, not the trilogy, just the first one. I love this film. It's fantastic. I don't think I really need to say anything about it. We all know why he's here. He's Baba Yaga. Yeah, awesome. Fantastic. Next up, The Witch. Mike said this very well. This is not a pleasant movie. It's not one to be enjoyed watching, but oh my god, if it doesn't nail the aesthetic and the atmosphere it was going for. It's oppressive, it's dark, it's evil, it's unsettling, it's disturbing, and I love that. I absolutely love that. Well done. Absolutely well done. I haven't seen The Lighthouse yet, and I really, 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 really still want to, you know? But yeah, The Witch. Next up, Mad Max Fury Road. Come on. Adrenaline. It's awesome. Uh, it seems to be that as long as you cover up Tom Hardy's face, you get at minimum a good film, is the rule we're going for here. And yeah, Mad Max Fury Road redefined what action films I think really could be in terms of like big car chases, because the whole thing is just one giant chase. 90% of the film, 95% of the film. And it barely ever lets up, except for some brief little moments. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go watch it. Like, come on, seriously. Next up, and this is the second one that I took advantage of the rule because I love these films, dang it, is the extended edition of the Hobbit films. I love all three of them. I don't think that half the criticisms make any sense. I will defend them to the death. And I think, considering the circumstances they were thrown into, Peter Jackson and crew did an amazing job bringing that story to life. Next up, we have The Hateful Eight. I share a lot of Ivan's thoughts. I don't dislike the ending junction quite like he does. I think it works okay, but it could have been executed better. But otherwise, it's a modern Western classic. All these strangers drawn together in the middle of the blizzard. Who's really lying, or any of them telling the truth? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feed me that stuff. That's fantastic. Absolutely great. Next up, I've got Blade Runner 2049. This film is basically wallpaper / concept art, the movie, and I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. Who even cares about the plot? I do, actually. I think the plot was good, and the acting is fantastic, but especially, not from Harrison Ford, but why is his name? Ryan Gosling. Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure why I have trouble with that, but Ryan Gosling did a fantastic, very, very different job from most of his roles. Very, very different. It doesn't go where you think it's going to go. I think Jared Leto was a very unsettling villain, even if he could have been used more. Captures that used future aesthetic, and my God, it's gorgeous. Have I mentioned how gorgeous that movie is? And the soundtrack is just, love it, love it, love it. Next up, we've got Avengers Infinity War. This film had an entire world holding its breath for the better part of a year. It dared to do something incredible with the way it ended, and well played. Absolutely well played. There's not been, well, apart from one film, there hasn't been anything else like it. And apart from one film, I'm not sure there's ever going to be anything like it again. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'd heard good things, but I wasn't prepared for how gorgeous that was and how wonderful it was and how it told a very fresh, original Spider-Man story. And the focus on Miles Morales was excellent. The different splash panels and the half-rate animation and the way the Miles animation improves as he gets more fluid and more comfortable in his powers. I have to be careful. I could talk about that film for all time. Fantastic, fantastic. And then finally, last but not least, we bring ourselves to the most recent, which is Avengers Endgame. I don't think I need to explain that. So there you go. Tried to get through those quickly.
All right. Let's give James a moment here to reorder a little bit.
Yep, I've been keeping track.
Oh, man, that's some list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun.
So, are we... So anything that got more than one is safe?
Yeah, anything that more than one is safe right now.
Okay.
So, right now...
I am surprised that The Witch got 2. And one of them wasn't me.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that, too.
I'm very
I thought
surprised.
for sure it would have been on your list, James.
Yeah, I kept looking at mine, and I kept expecting myself to put more horror films on there. I just couldn't do it. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've got 2 horror movies in my top 10. That's it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how this shakes out, I don't think anybody could argue that this is, if nothing else, it's a really diverse list of films.
No one can say we don't have interesting taste.
No, they can't.
I would like to just give a shout out to a film that I completely forgot came out this decade, The Raid. I forgot about it.
Oh, yeah. That did come out, didn't it?
Completely forgot. The Raid's great. Go watch The Raid. Anyway.
Okay, so real quick, going over the nominee list as James has now posted to those of us to see. Right now, the movies that are safe from deletion until we start getting into the lists was Get Out, Mad Max Fury Road, which actually both are tied for top nominated film, The Witch, Hateful Eight, and Into the Spider-Verse. So, those are all safe for now. The rest of the list, the master list, currently, Get Out, Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, Perks of Being a Wallflower, Inside Out, Baby Driver, Birdman, Whiplash, Quiet Place, Inside Out, Coco, Shutter Island, It Chapter 1, Captain Phillips, Hereditary, Joker, The Irishman, The Avengers, Hail Caesar, Wolf of Wall Street, Rango, Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, Moonrise Kingdom, How to Train Your Dragon, 1, 2, and 3, John Wick, The Hobbit, 1, 2, and 3, and Blade Runner.
I just realized I read Inside Out twice.
You did?
And you have to put Godzilla King of the
sorry.
Monsters in there.
And,
I do. I forgot
yep.
Godzilla. I apologize.
Terrible. And Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. And John Wick. Did I mention John Wick? Yeah, John Wick. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, right now it is. You guys can see the list currently. James, I believe, is updating it for the rest of us here. We're gonna have to do these eliminations fairly quickly. So I wouldn't get too caught up about the order necessarily. Just let's at least get to it, so we can narrow it down from there. So we got at least 25 movies on that list right now.
This is gonna be good. Oh my god.
So we got at least 25, right? So, all right.
Yeah,
So let's try to knock out 5 first. We're gonna go oldest to youngest. Mike, you get to pick first. Which movie do you think should be kicked off that list?
I'm gonna say quite simply, it's not a slight on the movie. Quite simply because I haven't seen it. Snowpiercer.
Monster.
Absolutely not. Snowpiercer's great.
Like I said, it's just because I haven't seen it.
You'd love it.
Yeah, it's a
video game movie in everything but name. You'd love it.
You know what they say? They say like there are no wrong opinions. That one's wrong.
Oh my god.
Well, I haven't seen it. It's not really an
Whose fault is
opinion.
that? You gotta go see that. Like you and your wife would enjoy that. You gotta see that movie.
All right.
All right. So ignoring that, same rules as before. You gotta have a majority to win. So let's see. Since you attacked me, you monster, I'm also the next oldest. I'm going to say. I'm sorry, I gotta say Perks of Being a Wallflower. I haven't seen it. Just the rest of the list, I've seen in some capacity.
I need to just say why it's there.
All right,
like it's so important to me because it made me realize like who I am as a person, and I mean that I'm not like just saying that to get it points. I've never experienced a film and walked out of it as a different person. Like that film is so much a part of my essence. I just needed to say that.
I will accept that.
Now try and get rid of it.
I respect that. I really do, but I haven't seen it either, and we have to whittle things down. So
We're not ranking. We're not ranking.
I trust you. Like I believe every word you're saying, James. I truly do, but I haven't seen it.
Again, this portion is not ranked per se in terms of which round it gets eliminated. Just we're literally just trying to go through the movies.
Steven Chbosky, I'm sorry.
He tried.
The soundtrack's great. Everyone should listen to the soundtrack. Everyone should watch the film, but the soundtrack is great.
All right, James, you get to pick the next elimination. Go right ahead.
Hobbit.
Seconded.
Hobbit.
Get it out.
Honestly, I just had to put it on there. I had no belief whatsoever that anyone would back me up on that, so I'm not.
So I'm out. Hobbit's
Definitively, I'm sorry, Sam, but the Hobbits are bad movies.
If it was just 2 movies, I would have been okay. The third one's completely unnecessary and dumb.
Yeah, you talked about the situation that they found themselves in. Like, what do you mean the situation that they created for themselves? Okay, yeah, sure.
No, I meant the crew and director not knowing they were going to be the ones doing it until 3 months beforehand, actually. But we have to move on.
Sure. That's not what happened, but sure.
All right. Sam?
Let's see here. What we got? I haven't seen it. Coco. Out.
Coco's good. It's not that good. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't like it when I watched it, and I didn't know why.
You monsters! Have you no soul?
No, I don't.
Not really.
I sold mine for Untitled Goose Game. Oh, sorry. Untitled Beaker Game. Sorry. I mean, it's a good movie. It's not my favorite Pixar, and I don't know.
Yep. Goodbye.
All right. Mike, you get to go again because we just attacked your baby. Now we're in the revenge holding.
Let me see if who attacked Coco?
Me.
I'll never get it. I'm gonna say Hail Caesar.
I'm sorry.
I do like Hail Caesar, but is it as good as all the other films here?
But hold up. I gotta make a case for this. Twere it so simple.
He's got me. There you go. I'm defending it.
And not only that, but you have to watch Channing Tatum in a sailor suit. I'm sorry.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Oh, the tap dance scene.
I'm sorry. That's pretty good.
And goofy George Clooney. And this film's great.
And
And there's a bit with the rabbi, the priest in the room. Oh, it's great.
Oh, not just that, but what was it? My dude. Why is this? I know his name. Damn it.
Say the character.
Clancy Brown. That's who it is. Clancy Brown's in the movie, and I can't. I have a pact with Clancy Brown. I can't do it.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Isn't he the voice of Mr. Krabs?
He is, but he's also the voice of Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And he's also the villain in Highlander.
Yeah, he's also loads of other stuff. He plays Hank in Detroit.
He's in a ton of stuff, and so I can't do it. Clancy Brown's my
also,
dude.
He's not the warden, but he's the second in command in Shawshank.
Yep. I know.
He's in everything.
He's in a ton of stuff, and I can't in good conscience get him out.
Okay,
Anyway,
so Anchor, it's your go.
Sorry.
So we've got rid of 4.
Okay, are you updating the list currently every time?
I am. I'm
All right,
right.
gotcha.
I'm
just looking at the
keeping
edits.
it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know we've only got rid of 3. Sorry.
Shutter Island.
It's good, but it's a twist movie.
But it was
The
a
thing
really
about-
good twist movie.
It is a good twist, but it's just a twist.
Sam.
Yeah,
as
I'm
good-
gonna have to.
It's
Come
not even
on.
the best Scorsese film here.
Come on, let's
It's also not the best DiCaprio film.
let's out on out.
Yeah.
Out on out.
All right,
There we go.
Mike.
Okay, Mike, here you go.
Again, strictly because I haven't seen it. I don't have a positive. Moonrise Kingdom.
No, it's good.
You know my position on this. Sorry.
Moonrise Kingdom is really good.
Sam for posterity.
For posterity's sake, nah.
Nah, get rid of it. Nah, keep it.
Nah, as in no. It's not this early. No.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Blade Runner.
I second that.
Come on.
You said it yourself.
James,
Your
come on.
entire argument for it was it's wallpaper fodder and concept art.
Like I watched.
I
that
second
film,
that.
This is when we were still on Tick, and I was doing reviews, and I didn't like it. I loved it visually and technically, but the story bored me, and I can't do it. I'm annoyed, but I agree with the guys.
Oh well. Okay.
All right, updated list. So
Okay.
we've lost a few.
A few good men
But-
fell.
All right.
So now we're into it's free game. You can try and get rid of the multiple nominees, even though that is just impossible.
All
Right.
right,
now.
how many do we have left now?
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll say them out. I'll say them out loud. So we still got Get Out, Mad Max, The Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, and in the 1 votes, Inside Out, Baby Driver, Birdman, Whiplash, A Quiet Place, It Chapter 1, Captain Phillips, Hereditary, Joker, The Irishman, The Avengers, Hail Caesar, Wolf of Wall Street, Rango, Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, Moonrise Kingdom, How to Train Your Dragon, the trilogy, the first John Wick, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and Godzilla King of the Monsters.
All right, so let's cut out 7 more before we get into the multiple nominees.
Yeah.
Like just so we're down to the top 20.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
All right,
Let's keep the multiple nominees off for now.
All right, what did we just eliminate last? We just got
We just got rid of Blade Runner.
All right, so Sam, you get to go next.
Okay. Simply because I haven't seen it and I know literally
It's
nothing
literally
about
we're
it.
gonna argue every argument.
Yes, it is. It
Literally
really
because
is.
I haven't seen it.
Captain Phillips.
You know what? I second.
No.
I am the
No.
captain now.
But there we
So
go.
We need 3 or we need 2?
3,
Okay, so no. Okay, never mind.
so it's safe.
Okay, so Mike.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. Quiet Place. I
No.
thought it was a really good movie. Top 10 of the decade. I don't know. I don't know if it's that good.
I am going to abstain on this because I honestly don't know.
Like, it's a good movie? Is it that good? And you know, I can't stand how many clones it spawned afterwards.
But that's not the movie.
Because
Yeah,
after
no,
that, you got
wait.
junk like
Okay, now here's the
Bird
thing.
Box and all those other
now
trash
here's the
after
thing,
that.
Mike. Here's the thing.
Okay,
You
but by
almost
that
had
logic,
me.
Die Hard is bad.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, Mike, you almost had me. I was about to go with you on this, but you can't use that as an argument against it. That's dumb. You can't use, well, it spawned clones. It's not going to get much further, but not this early.
All right, cool. So there was my pick, so I'm going to go after Godzilla King of the Monsters, because
Agreed.
why is that still here?
Sorry.
I can't do that. I loved it.
What?
Wow, I'm shocked.
I'm with you, Mike.
Out of nowhere.
Wow.
With the
I'm actually
save.
shocked it lasted this long.
I've got your back on this one, Mike.
It was just fun.
It was. I felt like a little kid.
It was
then.
just pure fun.
It's fun, but
I
it's
feel-
not good.
I'm feeling right now the teams have been decided. It's gonna be James and I versus Sam and Mike now. We didn't
Which is
know.
funny because
Hey, you know
Mike
what's
and I
funny?
would-
And you want to know what's funny is that in a lot of ways, James and I actually have pretty similar tastes in movies,
Yeah, we really do.
which is
An
the funny
unexpected
thing.
rider led reinforcements over the horizon.
It wasn't I the one that told you to watch The Witch?
I think
Wasn't
I
I the
think
one
it
that told
was.
you to watch The Witch, Mike?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, okay. I didn't see that one happening. Wow.
No, neither did I. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because it was his film.
Whiplash?
Never seen it. Agreed.
What? You haven't seen it?
Neither have I.
I'm gonna back up James. I still haven't seen it. I'm gonna back up James on this one.
First of all, I'm shocked that you three haven't seen it.
I'm sorry, it's on my list. I have a list of 2 miles long at this point.
I don't know, but
You want to know? You want to know what movie I still haven't seen it yet? That I'm shocked didn't make it. Midsummer.
I thought about it.
I haven't seen it yet, but
thought
I'm
about it,
shocked that
and-
it's not
and
on
I-
here.
I still need time to think about it. Came out in July, and I still need time to think. Like, did I like it? I'm not sure. Still don't know. Okay. All right. So that's me. It's too early to say that this is the best film of the decade, and that is why The Irishman shouldn't be here.
Agreed.
I still
I
haven't seen it.
But here's the thing. I have no doubt. I want to be clear from the things I've heard that if we do this list in another couple of years or whatever, it would be high up there. Like, I literally have no doubt about that. But recency bias with that is way too strong for it to be up here.
And I know
It's really good though.
I
I'm
know it's
sorry,
really good, but it came out like 3 weeks ago.
Not even a month ago. Like, not even a month ago. It's like, that's too recent.
Here's-
Like
Too recent.
for reference, on my long list, I had one movie from this year, and that was Booksmart, and that came out back in like March. Like, I couldn't bring myself to put anything on this year. It's not because it's just from this year, but like. Also, I have a thing against Scorsese. I don't really like Martin Scorsese films that much, so that's another reason why I didn't really like it. There's something about the way that he makes movies that just doesn't get with me. So it's that combined with a bit of a recency thing. That's why I'm saying The Irishman.
As I am now important. I haven't seen The Irishman yet. I plan to. I was actually planning to do it this weekend. I will say this is nothing personal other than Scorsese made it personal.
Oh no.
How about this
Ooh.
MCU, boy? Get out.
Oh, that is not a valid reason.
Doesn't.
And
I don't
yet,
need a valid reason.
If you,
And yet,
if
The
you-
Irishman is being deleted.
You know, recency bias. Okay, I get that. That is not a valid reason. Although,
Mike, I'm going to adjust a quote from Ramsey Snow here. If you're looking for valid reasons on Multiverse, you came to the wrong place. You haven't been paying attention.
although I do admit that The Irishman, I did feel it was really, really, really good.
Mhm.
But as far as being in the same echelon as The Godfather and Goodfellas, I can't put it in with those.
Yeah.
It's not that level.
Does it feel like a tail chaser situation? Like where it's like it's
kinda
trying to be like other stuff?
Really, really strong Goodfellas vibes.
Yeah.
Like just the way that it's shot, it's like it's really strong Goodfellas vibes from it.
Okay then. So Mike, you've been slighted again. I feel like I'm attacking your movies, and I'm not. But what do you pick? Actually, you know what? You and I have gone a lot recently. Let's let Sam go for one.
Okay. Let's see here. Birdman. Are we really going to put Birdman in the top 10? I don't
Yes.
think so.
I'm sorry.
Best-
I gotta agree.
one of the
My
only- one of
man
the-
Michael Keaton's in it, but
One of the
I gotta
only
agree.
best picture winners on
I
this
can't
list.
I can't do Birdman this soon.
Fine.
Wow.
Actually, let me check. It's the only best picture winner on this list.
It won't last long. Well,
It's common, but I feel like it's too soon. Like it's too soon right
All
now.
right,
It's
all
safe. All right. I need to go because I haven't done anything in a while. Baby
Yeah.
Driver. Sorry.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
You know what?
it's Kevin
Yeah,
Spacey,
sure.
dude. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
But
I like
are
Kevin
we
Spacey,
saying-
but sorry.
Are we really saying right now that Baby Driver is not as good as Rango?
Yes.
But the driving.
But the spirit of the West.
soundtrack- What's more Spirit of the West than heists and stealing
Clint
from the
Eastwood.
rich?
Remember,
Alright,
James, in the
I've lost it.
multiverse
I've lost
artificial
it.
universe, nothing makes sense.
Yeah, stuff just happens. I get it.
Everyone is your enemy. Everyone is your friend. Everything is happening all at once. Every possibility.
All right.
We're the Schrodinger's cat of podcasts.
Okay.
I like
All
that.
right. So
And I said
Go ahead,
it
James.
in Rango.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Fair. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I like Rango. Like I really like Rango, but no.
I
I
said-
enjoyed it too, but yeah.
I really enjoy that movie. I definitely suggest people watch it, but
It's highly underrated. I won't disagree with that.
so anyways, let's see. Wait, what do we got left now?
We've got rid of 3, so we got to
We're gonna
get
do
rid of
4
4. So we're waiting on Get Out, Mad Max, Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, Inside Out, Birdman, Whiplash, Quiet Place, It Chapter 1, Captain Phillips, Hereditary, Joker, Avengers, Hail Caesar, Wolf of Wall Street, Django, Snowpiercer, Moonrise Kingdom, How to Train Your Dragon, John Wick, Avengers: Infinity War, Endgame, and Godzilla. It's 12 minutes past 2 in my time.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it because just just because honestly, Avengers Endgame. We got 3 Avengers movies in this list, and out of all of them, yes, it's the current best-selling movie of all time. But I mean, it's honestly the weakest of the films. I mean, it was all
I'd
about
say
payoff. It
second
was all about payoff.
I'd say it's the second.
Oh, what? Of the 3 on the list, or just in general?
I'd say it's the second of the 3. But I do agree with you taking it away now.
I agree also.
Wait, so which one are you guys getting rid of?
Endgame.
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 What the heck? What the?
Endgame was all payoff, my man. Sorry,
And it's easily the strongest of the 3 by a mile.
I beg to differ.
I disagree.
Avengers is not.
No, Infinity War's the best.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I think Infinity War.
Infinity
was
War is the
strongest.
best movie.
Infinity
overall.
War is the best one of the trilogy.
Okay, all right. There will
Wait,
be
you mean
blood.
the saga? Because there's 4 of them. There's
There's
Age
4,
of
but-
Ultron.
Yeah, but no one's going to pretend that was getting.
I forgot about Ultron.
Let's be
I
real.
forgot about it too.
No
Oh,
one's
well.
pretending.
No,
that Age of
that's why I was
Ultron-
surprised. I was like, really? The second worst? like okay, he's clearly
completely
thinking Ultron.
forgot.
I was confused for a minute. But okay, yeah, so I would say get rid of Endgame, which I think we won the vote there.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to get rid of 3 before we officially move on to a next.
I was slighted. May I?
Yes.
You have been slighted. Go for it.
Okay, wait a minute. What? We got rid of Baby Driver, right?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Okay, that's it. Okay, Inside Out. Goodbye.
Agreed.
Goodbye. Agreed.
Oh, but
No,
Bye-bye.
Pixar shall make the list.
take her to the moon for me.
No.
Are you? This is what you're doing. What you're doing now is getting rid of all. None of you have imaginary friends.
That's correct.
Not anymore.
Yeah, because you killed them. Like you killed
No, I
my
Thanos
dreams.
snapped him.
Ugh.
And now there's no end game to undo it. So
Okay. All right.
All right.
Let's do this. If Anko could stop eating,
I'm not eating.
Sam even.
sorry.
It wasn't me, I
I'm
swear.
We can hear the plates so
Not this
clearly.
time.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. I was very hungry. Okay.
I don't care how hungry you are. We have this is war.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Oh, I like all of these films. Oh no, I don't. Do I do it? Do I do it? I'm gonna try again. Godzilla.
Agreed. It's a miracle it
Wait.
lasted this long.
Wait, wasn't that already voted off?
No, it
No,
wasn't.
because I
saved
defended
it.
you last time.
But
Yeah,
now,
it's time.
let's get serious,
But
guys.
You
It's time.
backstabbed me with Endgame, so no, it goes now. There's
No,
I think you'll find
it's
Mike
time.
is.
where Godzilla ranks above Endgame. Not
I
half.
time.
think you'll find Mike is going right now.
Yeah, he's fine with that. So,
No, it's fine.
all right.
I was still
It's
going to
time.
say my piece.
I agree with you that Endgame is a better movie than Godzilla, but it's good that it's not being ranked in the top 10 right now.
This one right now, they're not being ranked. Like we're just literally just have to start. We have to start with something. So, all right.
Okay. So technically that's a slight against Mike, but unless he's because you don't
No,
seem that worried
he
about
agreed.
it.
He agreed with it, so I would say it's a slight at all.
No,
I
it's
think
not really. Like I said, I was surprised that I thought that was going to be the first one to go. Honestly.
Nah, there were other things that needed to go. All right, I'll go because I got something.
Can Django Unchained go?
No, I can't.
I
I can't do it. Not yet. It's not time. Think of it.
is that an official thing?
It's not time. No, no,
That's not an official thing.
no.
That's
It's not
him.
official. I'll say the word if it's official.
Okay, we've got one more before we go into another round.
I would say. It. I'm sorry. Like, the only redeeming quality about it, for me personally, was the child actors were actually good.
Really, you're going to do Bill Skarsgård like that?
Sorry, my dude.
That's a big redeeming quality, though.
Bill
Because they were
Skarsgård
really
was-
good.
I
I
That's
like
too
the
soon.
Skarsgård kin, but I'm sorry. That's
I
No,
don't
no,
think it is too soon. I'm
It's
with
too
Anchor
soon.
on this.
it's too soon.
Fine.
It is too soon.
Well, it's a stalemate. There we go.
James, are you
Uh,
gonna? Are you gonna
Well, it's not that.
balls
That wasn't the slide against me.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Oh,
That was like it's me.
Yep.
Dang, man.
We
Everyone's
do,
citing you today.
It's not my fault you just have bad taste in movies. Can we do Whiplash? Whiplash already done?
It's so good. It's just so
Fine.
good.
Sam,
Everyone
what do you
loves
think?
J.K. Simmons. This is the thing that got him back.
Nah, I'm sorry. It was the farmers that got him back. Sorry, commercials.
What?
He's J.K. Simmons was in a bunch of commercials for Farm Bureau Insurance.
I'll take your word for it.
It's really random.
Is that what won him his Oscar? No, it was Whiplash.
And I'm pronouncing it Whiplash, so you all hate it. So every time you see Whiplash, you think of Coup Whip.
Sam,
What
what do
kind
you
of
think, dude?
psychological warfare is that?
We
I
got-
think it should go, but 2 versus 2 isn't enough. So
Well, Anchor, have you taken a side?
I'm not taking a side. I'm gonna wait on this.
fence sitter,
Yeah, I'm a fence sitter on it.
centrist.
That's maybe not centrist, just fence sitting.
Okay.
Sam, what are you doing?
Well, that is a slide against me, technically. But
Well, no, Sam
yeah.
hasn't voted at all.
I did. Yeah, I
You did?
did. I said it should go.
Yeah, I'm gonna abstain. So I guess I'm technically with James in this case. So I gotta save it.
Oh my god. Okay. Can I go now?
Yes.
Or all right. The Avengers, the first one.
No, I gotta
Yeah.
save it. I gotta save it. I gotta save it.
No.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
you bastards.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
okay,
Alright.
there we go.
We down to the 20.
We are now. I believe we are. I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff so it reads well. There we go. So, I think this is 20. Going from top to bottom in terms of like numbers of votes. Get Out, Mad Max, The Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, then Birdman, Whiplash, A Quiet Place, It Chapter 1, Captain Phillips, Hereditary, Joker, Hail Caesar, Wolf of Wall Street, Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, Moonrise Kingdom, How to Train Your Dragon, John Wick, and Avengers Infinity War. Yep, that's 20.
It's 20. Okay, so we had it knock out 8, but everything's on the table now. Well, actually, no, except for Get Out and Mad Max Fury Road are safe.
Okay. But everything down from
Yeah,
there. even
everything
though
down
we're
from there is fair game.
All right.
Who went last? Sam.
I went last. Yeah.
Okay. Who hasn't gone in a while? Anchor, I don't think you've gone in a while.
He hasn't.
Going after the witch.
No.
No.
No way. No.
Good
Hey,
luck.
I had to go. I had to do something about it.
Get serious, bruh.
James, how about you? You go.
That is a slight against Mike.
Okay.
That's slight against
Um,
you and Mike, technically.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep thinking you. Okay. Yeah.
I know,
Mike, go
right?
ahead.
Is it?
I thought it was
I
you.
know it's such a me pick, but I didn't.
Can
go
we
for
get
it.
rid of Django Unchained already? I mean, is this really going to be a top 10 movie?
Yes.
If we're really gonna, we've got Wolf of Wall Street up here as well for Leonardo DiCaprio, and then for Tarantino, we've got Hateful Eight. So, yeah, I say it goes.
I think Django is a better film than The Hateful Eight.
Save it. Save it for me.
And I also think that it is better than at least 4 films on this list.
Yeah.
And I think to get it out right now, I think we should wait around, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Since you went after my baby. I'm gonna go after Hereditary because I haven't seen it.
No,
No, that's good.
it's
No way.
too soon. That's too soon.
Just wasting my times, aren't I? Just like shoot down immediately. Ugh.
Okay. All right. So who goes next? Me or
You,
Mike?
Sam.
Okay. Hear me out when I say this, okay? We all, I think, feel the same way about this film in terms of, yeah, it is, oh my god, what on earth just happened? But I'm going to argue that recency bias is still somewhat slightly in effect. Just slightly, not as much as it was for The
I know what
Irishman.
you're gonna say.
Let's get rid of Joker.
I agree,
No.
actually.
I was
No.
going to get rid of Joker on my next round.
Why?
Because what I just said, like, I do think to a lesser degree perhaps, but nonetheless, recency bias is still somewhat in effect in terms of we're still thinking about. I really think Joker, much like The Irishman, needs to be revisited in a couple of years.
I also just don't think Joker is as good as people think it is.
And
It's
he's free,
good.
and you're free to have that take. That's fine. But like we're all three in agreement. It goes.
Sorry, Joaquin.
If this was a film of the year list, oh yeah, it's in the conversation.
Oh yeah, definitely film of the year.
Obviously.
Top
it would
three,
be.
films.
Easily top
2019.
three.
I think that's fair, but
So that's that we will have no representation of 2019 on this list. That is it.
sorry.
I would like to point out that The Hidden World is part of the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy and is technically 2019.
I stand corrected, sir.
Mike, you've been slighted. I'm sorry, but your pick.
Yeah, we got to get rid of How to Train Your Dragon.
In no universe. Stop it. Don't even think it.
It's one of 2 animated films yet left, but it is the if it was the first one, I'd fight it to my dying breath, and I will fight it this round.
I will second that because, or technically third that because I haven't seen the third one yet. I still haven't seen it yet, but I have seen the first 2, and the first 2 are great.
I honestly don't think you needed to put 2 and 3.
And you're free to say that. It's
but
fine,
the part that I thought, well, the reason why I'm saving it this time was those beard and water effects in 2. Oh my god.
It's still unmatched,
Oh
I would say.
I still think like the music in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The music is okay.
It's a masterpiece of film score.
All right, so
Thank you.
I'm gonna go for 1.
Go for it.
Okay.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I gotta
Seconded.
save it.
You know what? Actually,
Yeah.
agreed.
I got to say seconded.
Monster.
Yeah.
The memes are stronger than the film. Yep.
You bastards. Captain Phillips. I'm sorry, Tom Hanks.
I haven't seen it. Go. Get out of here.
It's tough.
It's really good,
It is really good.
but I think that all of the films here are better than it, so I'm okay with it going.
I imagine Mike's face when he heard butt. He's like, no, you bastard. You have my
I
back.
really like it, but I can't say that any film. I think that every film here is just at least 1% better than it.
All right, what's the updated list now?
We
We had to update this a lot faster. So now we have so many. Oh god. Oh no.
Okay.
Let's see.
Underneath where it says nominees, so we've got
There it is. I can see it.
other than the multiple nominees,
for updates, we got Get Out, Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, Birdman, Whiplash, A Quiet Place, It Chapter 1, Hereditary, Hail Caesar, Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, Moonrise Kingdom, How to Train Your Dragon Trilogy, John Wick, and Avengers Infinity War. How close are we up to the top 12? Let's see. 3,
We're at 15 films.
15. All right. So
All right,
three.
We're getting
We gotta knock out 3 films, and then we start getting actually ranking things.
I know I just got rid of one, but I have a shout that I think we can all agree on.
Sure.
Okay.
Moonrise Kingdom.
No,
Yes.
can't do it.
Ivan,
Like,
I defended you earlier.
I love
and
I
Anchorman
love
will
Wes
remember
Anderson
this
movies,
moment.
and if this was the Grand Budapest Hotel, I would defend it. But it's
Ivan,
not.
I'm sorry. I have to agree at this point.
Commies.
Right now, it's not as good as the other films. If it was Grand Budapest, I would defend you.
You make Edward Norton cry.
Hey, he's still represented in this list on Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
In his
But does it
Oscar-nominated
have
performance.
Bruce Willis in it?
No, it's got Michael Keaton.
I like Michael Keaton a lot, but all right. I'm gonna say it, because, and I technically haven't seen it, but I really don't care. John
Okay.
Wick.
What is?
Yeah, that could go.
No.
No.
I haven't
James,
seen it either.
James,
That
come
could
on,
go.
not, come on, no.
Yeah, no. John Wick is
Yeah.
too
Go.
good.
No.
Thank you.
It's too good to get rid of right now.
Thank you.
All right.
May I go? Since I
Yes.
was. Hail Caesar.
Yes.
Yeah.
You bastards.
James, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
He said yes.
I agreed.
Okay, then there we go.
So we're one more down to get to our 12.
And then we'll have 2 honorable mentions after that. We'll be able to decide. We just gotta get rid of 1.
Birdman.
Agreed.
Okay. Agreed.
Can we honestly say that the only film on this list that won the Academy Award for Best Picture doesn't deserve to be considered for the top 10?
I would argue that not only can we throw it out, but by dint of being the Multiverse crew, we should throw it out for that exact reason.
You know, other podcasts claim to be the kings of hot takes and, you know, bad opinions. Nah. they clearly haven't been on this show. All right. Well, how many we got left
You're
now?
all-
13.
You're all bad people.
We got 13 left, or 12. 1, 2, 3, 6,
So 14.
9. All right, so we had to get rid of 2 more, and
2
then we'll
more.
have our 12.
What are the choice?
Wait,
What are the
wait,
choices?
John Wick wasn't removed. It should have been removed.
Yeah, John. Oh
Yeah, it
yeah,
should've
you
been.
missed John Wick. No.
John Wick
No,
wasn't
John Wick was
removed.
saved. John Wick
Oh,
was
no,
saved.
it was. Oh, it was. Yeah.
I
What did
saved it, Sam.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I just.
He made sure you knew it was him.
Yeah, I thought there. Okay, it's fine. Okay.
Since I was attacked,
Yes.
Alright.
it chapter
Good.
1.
I agree.
At
Sorry.
this point, agreed.
At this point, I agree also.
Great movie, but yeah, come on.
Like it's not even like there are 1, 2. There are 4 horror movies here, and it's easily the weakest.
Exactly. All right.
All right, we got one more movie, and then we have the list.
All right. Can I go? Let me try for something here.
Let Mike go.
Well,
he
Mike
hasn't gone in a
technically
while.
was
Mike,
floated.
you go.
Wait,
Hmm.
wait, are we? No,
What's left?
He hasn't gone in a while, so
What's left?
we got
Everything
Get
except
Out,
it.
Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, Whiplash, A Quiet Place, Hereditary, Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, How to Train Your Dragon Trilogy, John Wick, and Avengers: Infinity War.
Can we do Whiplash now?
Yes.
I'll say yes.
No.
Sorry.
Dang
Good.
it!
All right. Now we're
Every
at the
time,
top 12.
all of my picks go. Every time.
Welcome to my world.
You
This
pick-
is my house.
James picks the highbrow. Mike picks the lowbrow.
Sorry. I'm sorry, James. You need to understand. I am legitimately, from the bottom of my heart, sorry. I really am. I
No, you're
need-
not. I don't believe you.
I really am.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, so we are now up to the honorable mentions.
Now we're up to
level.
honorable mentions. So the list currently for the honorable mentions is Get Out, Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Hateful Eight, Spider-Verse, A Quiet Place, Hereditary, Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, How to Train Your Dragon Trilogy, John Wick, and Avengers: Infinity War. So this will be for honorable mention number 2 on
Okay.
the list. So we're going to reset the slightedness as we finally get to here. Remember your vetoes. Now these matter. So
Yep.
let's do this reverse order. James, this is your show.
Mhm.
You get your
Okay.
first pick.
This is really difficult because this is the first time we've ever done a list that I've seen all of these and I like all of these. But there are some that I like more than others. And as much as I love the first one in the series,
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. It's so difficult.
Okay.
Pigeon.
Oh my god.
I know it's rough. Looking at this, it's rough. I get you. If you can't decide,
Django was better than the Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight.
no.
Wait, what?
He's saying that we should get rid of Hateful Eight.
Django
I'd
was
rather
better.
get rid of Django.
Yeah, that's what Ivan?
If I had to pick between Hateful Eight and Django, I would get rid of Django.
This is a tough one, man, because Hateful Eight's got Kurt Russell.
It
I
does.
love Kurt Russell. But that ending, though. I'm sorry, Hateful Eight. You gotta go.
But it's 2-on-2.
I know, but I gotta save it. I gotta say it's gotta go, but that's me, dude. I gotta say it's gotta go.
How do we deal with this?
Well, who goes next after James?
Well, you attacked me, technically, so it's my turn. Hereditary. Sorry.
Agreed.
It's one of the few I haven't seen.
It's so good though.
No. Not now.
But let me think out loud.
Okay.
Where
just
does
need to-
everybody stand first? I say it's gotta go. Sam,
I say no.
Sam, are you
I
back?
say go.
All right, so it's up to James now.
Remember, everything here is now technically getting on the
I
list.
know, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking very carefully about other things. That Hereditary is outstanding, and is affecting,
There's going to be another but.
but it is fundamentally one outstanding scene, and the movie trying to keep up with it. And for that reason alone, I'm going to agree that Hereditary should go on the honorable mentions list.
You're really going to put Quiet Place ahead of Hereditary? Really?
I am. That's why I put it on my list and not Hereditary. I think it is a more as a whole movie. I think it is a better complete film.
That's the judge now. It's like a lot of these films were here, like they had great one or two scenes and that's it. But now we got to judge the whole
There's
product.
a bunch of really good scenes in Hereditary, but there is one outstanding moment, and the film cannot match it. And it tries to, and for that reason, like, I love Hereditary, but out of nowhere it does loads of explaining at the end of the movie when it doesn't need to. Hereditary's going a solid 12th.
All right.
Like,
Honorable
being
mention
the
number
12th best film out in a 10-year period is nothing to be ashamed about.
Not bad. So it's down as our honorable mention number 2. So,
Okay.
Mike, you've been slighted, sir.
Hmm.
Quite decidedly so.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. Mad Max.
No.
What?
What?
Sorry.
No.
You jumped off that limb, sir. you said, I'm going to go on a limb.
He yeeted himself off the limb.
You just yeeted yourself off that limb. Like, all right.
Like-
no.
What?
All right.
Waste of the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go this round?
Sure.
Representing
Why
person?
not?
We slided all of us for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, at this point, I'm going to say Snowpiercer.
No. I'm sorry. I got to give it more time than that.
I'm gonna let Mike go first.
You know, I would say yes, but again, it's because I haven't seen
I haven't
it.
seen it.
I haven't
Anchor.
seen it, so I gotta go yes.
Ivan, can you honestly tell me why? Convince me that Snowpiercer is better than John Wick.
Because it's secretly a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No, be serious.
Oh my god.
He is being serious. I'm going to give you fair warning right now, James. He's given me.
Have you heard this
he is
theory
being dead.
before?
I don't want to hear the theory. I want to hear why it's a better movie.
All right. The action is more close quarters and dynamic. For that reason alone, I think the movie, in terms of an action flick, is excellent. Also, its Asian representation in filmmaking, I gotta give it something.
I really like Snowpiercer. But, oh, man.
If you do it, I will.
This is so hard.
I will do it.
I know, and I'm thinking about it, but I prefer.
Well, it's
John Wick.
because it's like you said. Truth be told, there's no bad movies that are left. I mean, these are all
and
great
this
films.
is really
We're at the
hard.
cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just in terms of action movies, there's three action movies here, not including Avengers, and Snowpiercer is by like that 1%. Like it tells a great story and it tells a really interesting, but I think like the world that John Wick hints at is more interesting.
And I will throw down the veto. I gotta save it. I gotta save it
Okay,
for the top
then.
10.
Okay. All right.
You could pick any other movie to eliminate for this spot. Just can't pick Snowpiercer.
I'm striking through. I literally have all of our names down, and I'm striking through yours to show your veto is gone.
Yep. There's only 4
Okay.
to keep track of, so.
Yeah. But it feels cool to do, dang it.
So technically, that was a slight against Ivan. So
Ivan?
I could just throw it away again. I'm gonna do A Quiet Place. Simply because this will be closer to Hereditary.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, it could go.
Mike. I know, Mike. I know we had our differences.
It could go.
Wait, no, I wasn't planning on this!
But let me talk to you, horror fan to horror fan.
Okay.
Are we really only gonna have 2 horror films in the top 10? 4 is too many, but 3 is the right amount. 3 is the magic number. You know who likes magic? Witches, and they would like Quiet Place as well.
You know what? Even though I did like Hereditary better than Quiet Place, I can't do Quiet Place like that now. James has a point. It stays.
Alright.
Who saw that coming?
We had some wild stuff tonight. We've
You
some wild
had
stuff.
your chance. You could have saved the veto, but no. You monster. Alright.
All right. So.
Okay, so that's a slight on me.
Yep.
Oh. How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes, that could go.
I
It had
gotta
a really good run.
I gotta save it for a top 10, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll be happy if it makes it to 10, but it has to be in the actual.
I gotta say, it's gotta make the top 10.
It is good. It's really good, but Ivan.
It is.
Ivan,
I
listen
am
to me. Ivan,
exchanging a free immediate vote to top 10 to just 10 when it gets there, and I nominated it. But come on. Nope.
So I gotta stick with Sam on it. Sorry.
All right. So I was slighted,
Yes.
and we've only removed Hereditary. So, interestingly enough, okay. At this point, I'm going to try for this again. Django Unchained.
Yes.
No.
it's better than Hateful Eight.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Okay, Ivan.
Gonna go after my baby again. You gotta learn how quick this. I will rotate.
Okay.
Didn't you see how it happened with James? It was quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's tense as shit.
It is.
John
It
Wick.
absolutely is.
John Wick.
Mm-mm.
Like, I understand they're great. I understand they're great action films. I get it, but we all
Just
like Keanu
relaunch
Reeves.
Keanu.
But
You want to know what it is with John Wick? It's not that it's a bad movie. Obviously, it's a good movie. It's a great movie. But I mean, like, everything else has been saved, and it's like, what else is there at this point? Yeah, it's got to go.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
I like John Wick.
Don't make me do it.
I think it should be. I think it should stay.
Thank you.
I've said this before, and I'll stand by it.
All right, what do we got next?
Uh,
Well, since they went after me, all right. It keeps on bugging me. The Hereditary's there.
no, it's not. It's in 12th.
Yeah, no, I'm saying looking at our list, it keeps on bugging me because my eyes go to it. Okay, there's no way in all fiery heck that this is going to pass, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Get out.
No.
You know what? I'm fine with that.
No.
Whoa!
Oh, plot twist!
Really?
Plot twist!
What
I'm
kind
fine.
of alternate universe is this?
Remember,
What?
Get Out was my number 10. So-
There we go. Oh, things got spicy. Oh.
Wow. No, because Mike and I said no.
yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's. Ivan thinks low
Yeah,
of it. This
You'll
is
have
spicy.
you'll
Don't just
have
say
ideas of
don't
future allegiances.
Yeah, don't just pay attention to the numbers anymore. Don't just pay attention to the numbers. Okay, but
I count that as a personal slight, so
Go ahead.
I'm going to say the Hateful Eight.
But it was
I think-
better than Django, though.
But is it better than? Oh, but is it better than all the other films?
I mean, no, it's not. But it is
There we
better.
go. Oh, well, there we go.
You know what? Yeah, it could go.
you know what? You know what? And I nominated on one of the two. But the more I think about it, if it wasn't for the ending pacing issue, I'd fight you guys until it was in the
Yeah.
top 5. But it has that pacing issue. I think honorable mention number 1 is fine.
I think that's
Yep.
also fair because I really have an issue with that. So can
Yeah,
you update the list for us, James, real quick?
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
Finally, there we
That
go.
was big. We got rid of the first two nominee.
All right.
That was a big
So
movement.
now we're actually at the top 10 list for
Yeah.
you guys. So right now the potential ones to actually get, that are in the top 10, we just don't know what order. Get Out, Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Spider-Verse, A Quiet Place,
Oh, shit.
Django Unchained, Snowpiercer, How to Train Your Dragon Trilogy, John Wick, and Avengers Infinity War.
The reason why I said that shit is because I accidentally copied in so Hateful Eight is still there.
It's still there! It's number 1!
It's number 1 twice.
Alright. Alright, can you fix that list so we know which ones are good?
Yeah, I know what happened because I wrote it in and no one's written anything between then. So that's why I
Alright,
looked
so
at that.
let's go ahead and get this out of the way. So, because we already know this should be good. How to Train Your Dragon, number 10.
At
Yeah.
number
Yeah,
10
I mean,
is
it had a
okay.
great run, but
It's in
yeah.
the list. I'll live. It's fine.
Alright,
It's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that list as it is, and then I'm just gonna make the top 10 from here on.
sure. Once we get to the top 5, we'll reset the list and just show the rankings again because we're gonna look at it a lot that time. So, alright. So, How to Train Your Dragon 1, 2, and 3 is number 10. I think that's fair. I think it did a really good job as position. So, alright.
Okay.
Since no one was sliding, everybody agreed on that. We're fine. So,
Okay. In the long run, we have to remember that this film is part of a series and shouldn't be too far up the list. So Avengers should go at 9.
I agree.
I actually think that's fine.
You know what? If it was Endgame, I would fight y'all, but you had some nonsense, so sure. 9 is fine for Avengers Infinity War.
Okay.
So
This is amicable. I don't like it. I don't trust it.
That's just because the storm is brewing for the top 5. Storm is brewing.
I'm gonna say it again. John Wick. I think they're good action movies.
It's better than Snowpiercer.
It's better than Snowpiercer and Django Unchained, so no.
All right.
Speaking of which, Django Unchained.
Yeah.
No, I gotta give Tarantino more credit than that. Sorry.
No, I'm okay with it being 8.
There we go.
Yeah, it could be number 8.
But it's not Hateful Eight. It was his 7th film. You should give him a break.
Honestly, it should be below the Hateful Eight, but here we are, so.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the 7th
Again, it's
film.
multiverse,
It's gotta
so
be
it
at least
doesn't
number
make
7.
Alright.
The Witch.
No.
No.
No way. No.
These are no fun.
Mike, I'll let you go.
Wait,
What is it, James? What is it?
because I haven't voted yet.
Oh. I mean, it won't win anyways, but go ahead.
For posterity.
For posterity.
No, not yet.
Okay. Glad we could get that out of the way.
All right.
Snowpiercer.
Yes.
7, I'm okay with that.
Damn it. All right, so yeah, it's number 7.
Great film, man.
It's on the list.
I'll make this easy for everyone. I'll put A Quiet Place here.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fair.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I still want.
Like
my
I was
pick,
looking,
though.
I was looking at this and going, nah, it's not that good.
No,
still
not
want my
compared to
pick.
some of these others.
I'm going to say The Witch.
Well, we're at 5 now.
Yeah, we're at number 5.
We're
And
at
number 5.
We're at top 5. All right, update the list. What do we got left?
Okay.
And then put the rankings
Those
underneath it.
ones.
So it's
that
Get
one.
Out, Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Into the Spider-Verse, Django Unchained. Oh, sorry, actually, that's not Unchained. John Wick.
That's it.
John Wick.
Fair. It's the only one I haven't seen, so I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
John Wick's a good 5. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the fight.
Yep, it makes a good 5. Even though you don't need me, I'll say John Wick makes a great number 5.
Yeah, John Wick is a good 5.
All right, for the people at home here, this is the current list as it is. 2 honorable mentions. Who were honorable mentions again? It was
Hereditary and
Hereditary and The Hateful Eight.
Hereditary
Yep.
and Hateful Eight. So number 10 is How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. Number 9 is Avengers: Infinity War. Number 8 is Django Unchained. Number 7 was Snowpiercer. Number 6 is A Quiet Place. Number 5, so we just did John Wick. Is that all of them or just the first one?
It's
Just the first one.
Where I don't know if we clarify that or not. So
It's just the first
I
one.
really like 2 and 3, but I think
I would also. Yeah,
I gotta watch this movie now. I just
Dude, you really need to. I'm shocked you haven't. You really need to.
Yeah.
you really like it. You like dogs?
Yeah. Okay, so can I go?
All right, so it's number 4. So this final portion, everybody goes once. So who picked
Okay.
John Wick to go?
Me.
All right, so you picked
I
John
mean, well-
to go to get rid of it.
To go? No. That was. I think. Was that you?
Was that me?
I thought that was
It
you.
might have been. It was you or
I think it
Mike.
was you actually.
I don't remember. I forgot.
We're saying.
We're all very tired.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll take that as mine. So all right, so everyone goes once until we get to the final 2.
Okay.
Remember, you got your vetoes. You're gonna use them.
Right.
So
yes.
who's next?
I need to look at my top 10 just to remind myself of where I place things. Okay.
All right,
All right. I'll. Can I go then?
sure.
Yeah.
Get Out.
You know what?
I'm
Yeah,
fine with that.
I think 4 is good for Get Out.
I'm with you. All right, sorry.
All right.
I think I should admit this now. I forgot to write down one of my 4th, like or at the very beginning.
What was it? What'd you miss?
I forgot to write down Arrival.
No, yeah, you did not write it down, did you? I remember you saying. it.
Oof.
Sorry. It's too late now.
I know, but I just
We're in the
can
end
we
game now.
I know.
give it a James Forgotten. Can we give it a special position as James Forgotten entry?
Yes, on the forgotten entry list.
We didn't get it. We didn't get it students because we all quite like that film, don't we?
Yeah, it's a good film. I like it. So we will give that the special James Forgotten.
The special
entry.
James Forgotten honorable mention number 3 in a parallel universe. Yes. So.
Yep. There we go. All right.
All right.
So Get Out is number 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, we just voted you out, or unless you're gonna do something about it.
Unless you want to use your veto.
I do. It's my number one film. Yes, I'm vegan.
There it is. Okay.
So we can't pick Get Out. It's either Mad Max Fury Road, The Witch, Spider-Verse. Yeah, those are the only three you can pick.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Oof.
All right, so you picked? Didn't you pick that, Sam?
I picked Get Out,
All right,
so
we gotta do something else then.
James, since it's your number one, why don't you go?
Well, he
Mad
used
Max.
the veto, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did use the veto. So
Yeah.
Mike, you go.
Mad Max.
All right, nah.
I'm with
I gotta save
I'm
it.
with that.
I gotta save
I'm
it.
with that for 4.
Nah.
All right, Mad Max is safe. I'll say it. The Witch.
It's so weird because I put Mad Max on my list.
But that's what we're at now. That's
I
just
know.
what we're
I
at.
know. I know.
All right, I say The Witch.
You know what? You know what? I will agree.
The in cinema experience of watching Mad Max was better than watching The Witch, but I've thought about The Witch more since I've seen it.
So is
The
that a
Witch.
yes or a no?
So this is that Mad Max should go for.
No, I mean, we
Mike,
already
you
saved
beat-
Mad Max. The question is about The Witch going to 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike, you're being awfully quiet.
then I say The Witch should be saved.
I mean, obviously, I think The Witch should be safe.
All right, so it's Spider-Verse is the only other one we can do.
We're on some truly wild nonsense with Get Out being above Spider-Verse, but
It's clearly a better movie. I love Spider-Verse. I love it. I love
Everybody
it so
loves
much.
Spider-Verse.
I'm fine with Spider-Verse going number 4.
okay, all right.
But
So am
Get
I.
Out. Okay. Wait. 1 second. If we're talking about the films of a decade, we have to take at this late stage. We have to take into consideration cultural impact.
Mhm.
The cultural impact of Get Out, more than any of these films, was insane. It defined a genre in this decade, the horror genre, and it introduced a new voice and a fresh voice that the genre and cinema needed. Get Out is a more culturally important movie and a better movie than Into the Spider-Verse and all of the movies. Right
Sure,
here, frankly.
and that's why I was saying Into the Spider-Verse is number 4.
Yep, it's agreed upon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Top 3.
so
And who?
Here we go.
James and I have used our vetoes, so it's between Mike and Sam in terms of the
Yep.
veto power. You can't use it in the final 2, so now's
Yep.
the time. If you're gonna
so
use
who's
it,
going?
use
who's gonna
smoke
nominate
them if
here?
you got them. So let's see. We just got our Spider-Verse.
Well, my position has been made clear.
Yes, it has. We know.
Yeah.
So Ivan, why don't you kick us off here?
The Witch.
I'm waiting one more. I'm waiting one more.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, at this point, sure.
No.
Witch at number 3, I think, is totally fair.
No.
Wow.
Was it even in your top 3, Mike? Was The Witch even in your top 3?
Yes, it was. It was my third.
All right. Why? I'll make you a deal. I'll get you Untitled Goose Game.
What the?
I already have it on Switch,
I'll get it on
and I have
Xbox
Game
for you.
Pass, and we have Game Pass.
Shut up.
I'll get you a goose.
That's a negative. That's a net negative.
What was your
That
what
is
was, the
a
rest, what
negative.
was the rest of your
I'll
top?
send,
What was the
I'll
rest of
send
your top
geese to
list,
your
Mike?
enemies.
What was above The Witch for you?
Joker and the Irishman.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, you're screwed. Sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
'Cause
Someone
the
else
only
can
options
go.
we've got left are Get Out, The Witch, and Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max at 3.
I'm
Max
not
at 3.
getting rid of Mad Max.
No.
I'm staying.
No.
I gotta hold it.
Oh, we're gonna be here all day. This is the thing that kills us. But unless someone does something crazy.
Yep, it's between Mike and Sam. So
I said no. Mad Max is. Mad Max is my boy.
See, the thing is, James and I had to bring culture to the rest of this list.
And Mike and Sam didn't like that.
Mike, you have the power to do something that you and I can both agree on. Do it right now. I'm gonna nominate The Witch at 3. Do it, Mike.
Come on, that's good. That's good for the decade.
What's
Mike.
everybody else think?
I
Mike,
say yes.
Mike, do the power thing that you have.
Veto.
You're damn right you are.
Oh.
All right,
Okay.
so Get Out.
All right. Get Out. Yeah, agreed.
No,
No, Mad Max.
no, it's
Veto.
gotta be Mad Max. You're really gonna no.
It's literally
Yes, I just,
No.
Yes,
He
I
did.
Just forced
Mad
your
Max
hand.
and The Witch are saved, so it has to be Get Out. You played yourself.
I've done it
All right.
two times in 2 weeks.
Do we need to turn it over to the chat?
No,
I mean,
it's
I
literally there
know.
are no other options. Because you used your veto to save The Witch, and he used his veto to save Mad Max Fury Road. The only
Yes,
other
so Get
option,
Out
and there
can-
are no other vetoes, has to be Get Out. So Get Out is number 3.
Unless all 4 of us agree right here that Get Out is the best.
No.
No.
Just no.
I really tried for that one.
You did.
You did.
You did.
Oh,
You played
I
yourself.
really did.
I disagree with that, but there it is.
I can't agree because I had The Witch rated higher than Get Out on my list.
All right, so now the
I didn't have
discussion
The
is
Witch
now
on my
switched.
list.
Which movie is better? This is not which one do you think you get rid of. Which one do you think is the better movie between Mad Max Fury Road and The Witch? I did not imagine The Witch ever getting this high. I will say that.
This,
right
yeah, it's wild. It's
I'm-
wild.
now.
Considering, let us remember that it had 2 nominations compared to some of the others, but there we go. Of the 2, I think Mad Max Fury Road is the better film.
I gotta say the same. I think Mad Max Fury Road is a better movie.
I gotta say The Witch. The
no.
Witch just sticks with you in a
Oh,
way
no.
that other
Oh, no.
movies typically don't. I gotta say The Witch.
James?
James, you're being awfully quiet.
If we go to the chat, they will say Mad Max.
They will. They absolutely would. No denying that.
Just think about it.
But
Go out with dignity.
like even on my long list of 36 films, The Witch is not there. And I don't know why it's not there. I've got stuff like Paddington 2 on that list.
Paddington 2 was in my long list. I'll mention that.
Paddington 2 was a great goddamn film. As was Edge of Tomorrow, Room, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Ex Machina, Social Network. These great films. And for some reason, I don't know why I did not put The Witch there. Was it an
is weird.
oversight?
I'll say it's unlike you. It's very unlike you.
Was it
Yeah, I'm
just me?
surprised by
Maybe it
that,
was a
honestly.
sign.
Or was it inside my head going, no, these films are better than it, and you know it? But was I thinking on a technical level? On like this is on a technical level, these films are better made films. This is burning me inside.
I feel like you're about to break out into a song right now.
Yeah,
It reminded me of the room. You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
yeah. The Disaster Artist was also on my list. I can't.
So,
You know what? I'm reverting
oh.
because I've said it before in terms of an in-cinema experience, and that in that instant rush, that Mad Max is a better film than The Witch, and that is my final vote.
There we go.
There's a list. Mad Max Fury Road was movie of the year, or decade rather. I didn't expect
okay,
this one either, but
I didn't expect that.
Here we go. Okay, can I just say it is wild, and I'm not complaining, to be clear, but it is wild that The Witch got to number 2.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
That's random. I guess that's to make up for Resident Evil.
It must be.
This is all
If,
planned.
if Fame and Nick were here, absolutely not.
Oh, it
No.
wouldn't. I shudder to think of what would have happened, truth be told, if Fame and Nick had been here. But,
I didn't see it. I didn't see
They
it.
would just nominate stuff like Inside Man, which came out in 2007. Like Denzel was in it, therefore it's the best.
Nick would put Justice
Well,
League
first-
in there just to troll us for liking Marvel.
Well, first of all, if Fame and Nick were here, we would have had that many more movies, and we'd be here till Christmas.
Oh my god.
But there you go, guys. So please read out the read out James' forgotten entry, the 2 honorable mentions, and our top 10.
Yeah, the James Forgotten entry of Arrival, which is really good.
It's a good movie. Good movie.
Okay, I'm just finishing the final list.
Sure thing.
Okay, here we go. The official, definitely not official, but official, top 10 films of the decade. 2 honorable mentions go to Hereditary and The Hateful Eight. 2 very, very good movies who made it through a massive gauntlet to get here, considering some people haven't even seen it. Number 10, How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. I like to think of it as the first film, but it is the 3 of them. Followed by number 9, Avengers Infinity War. 8, Django Unchained. 7, Snowpiercer. 6, A Quiet Place. 5, John Wick. 4, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. 3, Get Out. 2, The Witch. And number 1, best film of the decade, Mad Max Fury Road.
I guarantee you will not find this list anywhere else.
No, you will not.
This is...
You guys could have been cultured, but no, Snowpiercer couldn't go any higher.
With this
Hey,
bunch, you should
hey,
be praising God that Snowpiercer got
Are you
on.
kidding me? Culture? Mad Max, The Witch, and Get Out, and Spider-Man. Those are massive cultural and critical hits.
Hey.
Mad Max didn't even make money.
Hey, man, I don't care if it didn't make money. It's all about the art, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an art film. It lost money.
Yeah.
And yet
Mad
it's
Max is
getting
the
a
most
sequel.
expensive indie movie ever made.
hmm
I've never heard it described that way, but I think you're right, actually.
It so is. You kidding me? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing.
Like,
nothing
there's
happens
barely any
for an
CGI in
hour.
that movie except for like 2 scenes.
Yeah,
Well,
too
Juicy.
well, I mean, it's amazing how they coordinated that sandstorm.
hmm hmm
It's a joke because it was
I
fake.
know.
I actually
I know.
detected the sarcasm.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like the sandstorm scene. I think it's the dumping water scene. Like the only 2
I
real
think
uses of
the
CGI.
very last explosion, I think, as well.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head for that
You
one.
know
But
what? I'm looking at the list, and apart from some outliers, like first of all, all of you have to watch Whiplash, and by January, I want you to
putting
come
it on
back
my
and
list.
tell me that it doesn't
We were
deserve to be in the top
wrong.
10.
We were wrong.
Because this is a Firewatch situation right now.
Okay.
This is me going, Firewatch is great, and everyone going, I haven't played it, and then next year you all go, Firewatch was amazing.
Gotcha. Understood.
I'm
Got it.
surprised. I am happy that somehow, What Remains of Edith Finch wasn't available for consideration. Because I couldn't bear to have my heart broken again.
Wow. So there you go, guys. There you go.
Someone actually tweeted me going, "Man, can you stop talking about What Remains of Edith Finch?" And I responded, "No." That's the end of that story. Oh, I never told you guys the story of when I bothered the Scientologist. Do you want to hear it quickly?
Yes, please tell us.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do.
Okay, so on Tottenham Court Road, which is a high street, technology high street in London, there is the UK office for the Scientologist. But and there are people outside it all day, like giving out free copies of Dianetics, the book by L. Ron Hubbard, and they have free coffee inside. to try and get people inside. So I was really hungry, and so I went in to get like a pain au chocolat and a croissant and a free like hot chocolate, and I let them talk to me about Scientology for an hour and a half. And what they do is they like say a bunch of things to try and make you sad and like make sure your life's not great. Like they'll ask you like how much you earning, like how's your what's your work situation. So I lied to them for every question. I told them my life's great and I'm a millionaire. And I'm in a really really good place. My family comes from a bit of money, and I could see them getting increasingly angry at me, but they couldn't afford to be like angry at someone who doesn't sign up. And so for an hour and a half, I drank their food. I drank their
You drank
drinks.
their
I ate
food?
their food. I drank their food. I liquidized it in front of them. They gave me a free liquidizer as well. I drank their coffee and hot chocolates, and I ate their food. I could see them getting visibly angry at me, getting different people to come and try and get me into Scientology. And eventually, one person had to tell me, like, please leave our offices.
Amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right, so that's the show.
It was a good day. And yeah, so we got through that. There you go.
That went much
That
smoother
was
than
way more
last week.
amicable. That was way more amicable than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
It really was.
I think Get Out, notwithstanding, the discontent over Get Out notwithstanding, we got through all the angry stuff in the first third easily.
Yeah, well, it's getting the list, getting to the top 10, but everything was in the top 10 running that deserved to be there. So
Yeah.
I had to at least do something there. But anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in to the Multiverse Show, episode 148. We're gonna do our outros here. James, where can good people find you, sir? But as we break till next year, till 2020.
The good people and the bad till next decade. Even though it's not technically next decade, sorry to be that guy. People can find me on the tweets at James_S Wilson and on Instagram James S Wilson with 2 L's and 2 S's because I'm crazy like that. Yeah, I tweet about Radiohead and wrestling. Actually, I haven't tweeted about Radiohead in ages. I just say I do. Mostly wrestling, gaming stuff, filming stuff. Pitch me ideas for my wrestling character. There you go. At James S. Wilson. Pitch me ideas.
And Mike?
All right, guys. You can catch me on Twitter at The Truth of Mike P. and also on the Lords of Gaming at lordsofgaming.net.
All right, and Sam?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Samuel Tolbert. Come talk to me about stuff. And you can find everything I write on Windows Central, Android Central, and iMovie. Happy holidays, everyone.
All right, and thank you guys for tuning into the show. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy Armenian Christmas. Just have a great time this holiday season. Thank you guys for supporting us throughout the course of the year. I hope we do more shows like this, and I really have been thankful over the course of the last few years to be able to do this show with all you guys watching and with this panel of interesting men. Just interesting. That's all that's all they'll call them. So.
And I don't want to jump. I don't want to feel like I'm jumping on your outro because what you're saying is absolutely perfect. I just want to add one little button to it. In this world of like things that we argue over trivial stuff, and it's very fun. But things get said, people get hurt, and especially in the political landscape of everywhere, the one thing that we can all do is to be kind. And that is the message I think we should go out. Have your fun, say your words, but at the end of the day, remember to be kind.
All right.
Well said.
And we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in 2020.